underneath the VOD, and it keeps showing me like dancing orcs, and it's really distracting. This is like unbelievably distracting right now. I have random orcs and taurens just doing ridiculous dances under my VOD. This is just stupid. Anyway.
Blizzard is allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah, I guess.
It's okay, they made the best game in the world.
And by that you mean Broodor, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Do you have to ask?
Anyway, we are gonna see Stats versus Sue here on in set number 4 on Neo Chain Reaction. It is still being called Chain Reaction. I have a feeling that the esports TV guys actually think this is the name of the map. It's not. It's Chain Reaction. I'm pretty sure. But it says Chain Reaction in the VOD as always. So it's gonna be a PVZ here. And interesting. So I wondered, did the SKT coach assume Stats would come out in this set and send Sue to snipe him? Because that's the only reason I can think of to not send Bisu when you're like down 1-2. Unless, I don't know.
Unless they're trying a January.
No, dude, maybe the SKT coach is super brilliant and he thought the KT coach would like use my strategy and save Stats or something. So like he just sent out Sue to beat whatever random KT player came out, and then like Bisu could take game 5 or something. I mean, this is kind of what KT did when they faced SKT early on in like round 1 or maybe early round 2, where it ended up they didn't actually play Flash because they lost 3-1. But like the whole strategy was to save Flash for the last game so that he could take it. Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, you gained some momentum winning the first games as well. I mean, if you send your good players, maybe you get a 2-0 lead, you boost the morale and such. So I don't know what's the best strategy regarding that.
We've seen so many reverse 3-2s though over the course of Pro League. It's actually been kind of crazy. Anyway, looks like Stats will be spawning as the brown Protoss on the right side. That would make Sue the yellow Zerg on the left. And on Chain Reaction, I mean, there are some interesting opportunities for cheese. Of course, there is that mineral patch in the back and the temple that can be killed, or the mineral patch can be mined out, and you get that backdoor entrance. And we saw some interesting things recently, like Jaedong's game on this map from, was it Wednesday? I think Wednesday's match? Yeah. You guys should all go watch that. Jaedong versus, I think, Mini in Teammate versus STX. That was a pretty funny game.
I actually got that game while you streamed it. That game was ridiculous, to be honest.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Jaedong almost lost that in the beginning.
Dude, I think he should have lost that. That was pretty great. That was just pretty sad for Mini.
Who is Mini, by the way? I never heard of him before.
I don't know. I never heard of him before the season either. I mean, he's on STX, so I'm sure most people haven't heard of him. Zing!
That's harsh, man.
So we have an overpull from Sue, which is what all Zergs are doing in ZVP nowadays.
Isn't like prove that it is the best build? There's nothing better you can do, basically. In the ZVP matchup.
I guess. I mean, I want to know why that's better than a 12 hatch, besides not getting your hatchery blocked. But like, if Protoss doesn't immediately scout you, like on a 4-player map, right? You're not guaranteed to immediately scout the Zerg, so 12 hatch can work. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
if the Protoss scout, if they can just go Nexus first, then it's like...
Yeah, perhaps, yeah, maybe, I guess if like the Protoss scouts it, then they can optimize their own build so you don't actually get an advantage. And then like the risk of getting, you know, proxy gated or getting your hatch blocked outweighs the benefit you might gain. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, as you said. Yeah, if pro gamers are all doing it, it's safe to assume that's probably the best build. Anyway.
Safe bet. So the probe is going to scout the base and turn us around, actually. It's kind of weird.
Yep, that That cannon, is that going to finish in time? Obviously the Lynx won't be able to kill it, but I wonder if they can actually just run into the base.
I think it will be up in time. Yeah, it's going to be up in time.
That's quite close. Looks like he's going to pull 3 probes, because he's actually not sure. No, you see, it's so close! Ah! Oh! Oh, man. Perfect.
Doing some harassment behind the minerals. Using that range.
I'm gonna start doing that now in PvZ. I didn't know. Well, actually, I don't. You can't. It depends on the mineral layout. Actually, you can't shoot directly through minerals. It has to be like one of those corner things. But that's still quite cool. I'm gonna try that, and probably fail miserably. But harassing from the back is quite cool.
It's that lag timing. Oh, he made a hat trick. Never mind. I don't know. I'm somewhere else right now.
That's alright, dude. I'm terrible at calling Zerg builds. I'm like, hey, there's a hatchery there. Alright, it was a 9 pool. Yeah.
Doing a good job with the pro bow. I mean, he knows exactly what's up. Keeping it alive as well.
Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna go to a standard game. Looks like Sue's not gonna try anything cheesy to take set 4. I do hope we see a game 5. Although I'm not sure. Like KT doesn't have any players left of the caliber of Bisu, so I don't actually know who they would send to face Bisu. So even though I want to see a game 5, I don't know how it would be a good game at all. Like if it does, if Stats doesn't win this, like Bisu's just gonna roll whoever comes out, and KT's gonna be so sad.
I don't know. Maybe. Who do KT have? Does Hoja win anything these days, or is it just?
Did he ever win anything?
Well, there was like a period in time when he and Flash like
Hoja?
were the only two that. Yes.
Really?
I'm telling you. It's like over a year ago or something, but he actually won some games. I'm telling you.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. I take your word for it, though.
I don't know. Maybe no, I think he's not as bad as I always make him out to be, but he's just one of those players that I like to make fun of, like Brave. Even though I don't have like a legitimate reason, because they're not actually that terrible. Like they're not amazing, but they're not that terrible. But I just hate on them. I have to pick random players to hate on. You know, I mean everybody does it.
That's true. I mean, Hoja is for me one of those players who just. I mean, he wins some games, but it's never pretty. He always like screws up and make a lot of mistakes, but still able to edge out a win now and then.
So looks like first course is going to come in here, take down an Overlord. We just do have standard 5-hatch stuff going on for Sue. And looks like a mass Overlord migration to the top left there. They are now coming home. But presumably the Scourge will be out in time to ward off this Corsair. Yep, there are the first couple of Scourge. Second gas now being taken. And Sue, with his baller glasses, is playing to keep his team alive. And Blind War is like being really mad right now. He's very angry that we were mean to Hoja. You always get these random fans of random players that get so angry. Oh man, it's crazy. It's like I can understand if I hate on Bisu and then people get angry, but you just get random fans of like the other day. Like wait, wasn't who was like there was a crazy Hiva fan in my chat. Like who is fan of Hiva? Seriously, I think that might have been Blind Roar as well. But honestly, like I don't understand. Anyway.
So these speedlots. Will they be able to do anything?
Well, it looks like they might. They're actually going to run past each other. The speedlot's going in, and the Link's going in at exactly the same time here. There's only 2 cannons at the front, and one's out there. The probe's coming off to defend. But there's no Sunkens at the Zerg space, but the Hydras are in good position behind the Sim City, and actually this could be very, very bad for Stats. The Lings are in the natural doing a lot of damage. The Zealots are not going to do enough damage here, I don't think. I think Sue will be able to defend this just fine. Maybe. He's got more Hydras coming in. He did lose a lot of drones, but it looks like the pylon at the front is also going down here. And I think Stats is so dead. An amazing Zergling counterattack there from Su, just running around.
Yeah, that
looks
was
like
kind of weird, but I mean, I think that Su is in a pretty good position right now. He lost a lot of drones, but so did Stats.
The thing is, though, there's a DT out now, and there's no Overlord near that base. There's the SKT coach looking on concernedly. That was a funny camera angle. But, I mean, Su looks to be in a good position to just win the game right now. Overlord's now coming in en masse to spot those DTs. Of course, mass panic cannons as well. If those Overlords get there in time before the cannons get up, then he should be fine. The Corsair is trying to stop this. He needs to buy enough time for the cannons. He needs those DTs to work. This is going to be so close. It looks like if one DT also going for the counterattack, that DT is going to get taken down. The cannons barely finishing in time. Is it going to be enough, though? There's a lot of units out. The High Templar coming out, but it's not going to have Storm. The Gateway gets taken down.
And actually, I think that he can just run in and snipe the pylon. It's only one pylon powering those cannons. He doesn't even have to, it just kills the cannons straight up.
It's so close, it looks like he's breaking through. Where's the DT counter? Where is it? Is it killing drones? What is it doing? It looks like it doesn't even matter because everything is dead at the front. Su is taking out stats, and he defends the DT. And you can see the SKT Protoss cheering.
Because they know they can set up these.
GG!
That was brilliant. Those links.
Wait, why does Stats have such a weird haircut? I just noticed.
That looks kind of weird these days as well. I mean, the whole Shin situation.
The what?
Didn't he, wasn't he one of them? Well, I can't even speak anymore. Didn't he have the Shin surgery? Stats?
Oh yeah. He is chin toss no longer, and we are going to set 5, guys. KT was up 2-0, but SKT pulling it back, and they still have Bisu.
True, you might be right about the reverse 3-2.
I told you, man. We're seeing ridiculous number of reverse 3-2s. It's awesome though. They're exciting.
Yep.
So, let me get the 5th VOD up. And I gotta wait for this ad to go away. Alright, are you ready with the VOD?
I'm ready.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5th and final set of KT Rolster versus SK Telecom T1 is gonna be P7 Gab, aka Gabby, aka Wookie, against the Woman Toss, Bisu.
The what?
The Woman Toss, man. The Woman Toss.
I never heard that nick before. Is that like a
because I made it up.
Something you made up?